What do you think is someone who's looking to buy for the first time, who's kind of, this is their first time going through mortgages? What's kind of that process like for them with all the changes that we've had?
For me, I feel like it's not a very onerous process, but I would say if I can give advice for first-time home buyers, I would say as long as you're organized with your paperwork, right? So part of the pre-approval process for my business is I would have a, introductory, short 15-minute intake call, get to know you a little bit, see what your goals are, your objectives, understand a little bit about your employment, what you're looking for. And then from there, we would have you fill out an application. And there are going to be upfront docs. I know everybody rolls their eyes when they hear about that, but really all I collect is really to understand what your income is, what your taxes look like. We chat a little bit about what your down payment is, where it's coming from, whether or not that's from savings, gifted down payments, whatever the case may be. Once I have everything, I can usually turn around your pre-approval in 24, 48 hours max. What I like to do is I like to then schedule a video call so that I can share my screen and then we can literally just review the application, but also explain to you how lenders look at your income and look at what the pre-approval really means. What is the gross debt? What is the total debt ratio? How does that impact? How does an amortization impact your affordability? So we kind of go through those scenarios. And in many cases, you may be approved for more than what you really want to spend. So once we kind of get a sense of what that looks like, I then would sort of summarize everything for you into an Excel spreadsheet, right? That's going to give you an overarching budget view of not just your mortgage, but also what is your new monthly cost going to be? What are these shelter expenses going to be? And then what's your estimated closing cost? To me, I fully underrate your pre-approval, and that's the reason why we look at your documents. In many cases, if you're going online, say to your own bank, you're filling out an online application, they spit you out sort of a paper pre-approval. That is just going off what you've actually inputted into your application. But in many cases, people assume their income differently than the way a lender may assume it. Now, we know there's going to be people who are salaried, right? So you get your pay stub, you have a set salary amount per year. Those are pretty standard, letter of employment, pay stub, taxes, T4s, whatever the case may be. But it's really when you start getting into self-employment, whether or not you're a sole proprietor or whether you're incorporated, which then, we can look at numbers a little bit more differently. So my biggest advice is be organized with your documents to make sure you have those, and then really make sure that you're working with someone who's fully underwriting your pre-approval before you start your shopping.